Steve Earle 61 times.
Okay.
Wow.
Nice.
And I've seen ZZ Top 38 times.
Nice.
But I'm friends with those guys, so it's really easy.
Yeah.
If I'm anywhere nearby, hey, can I come to tonight's show?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't mean to big time you, but I got into the Peppa Pig show for free last week. So we're not going to be able to talk about episode 5 of the final season of The Boys because we don't want to spoil it, but what a great episode. I've never seen Christopher Mintz-Plasse as good as he was in this. In fact, I had to look at the little thing on Amazon to tell me, because is that him?
You didn't know that was McLovin?
Not right away. I mean, he's 40 years old. Or 45 years old. He doesn't look like McLovin anymore. Will Forte. I'm not going to spoil it. Will Forte was in it. Seth Rogen.
Kumail Nanjiani.
Yeah. I can bring this up. I was watching it, and Firecracker goes to meet her old preacher, and her old preacher is played by WEarlBrown. So I asked Jeff to reach out to him. He's probably busy. He's been on the show a couple times. WEarlBrown has been in a lot of TV shows, a lot of movies. Most notably or famously, I would say Deadwood, where he was Dan. And he also
Mandalorian.
And he also played Franks and Beans.
Yeah.
There's something about Mary.
About Mary. Oh, hold on.
What?
We got somebody here.
Hey, nice to see you again. Thank
Good
you
to
for
see you guys.
It was nice seeing you this morning. What a pleasant surprise. I turn on the latest episode of The Boys, and you're sitting talking to Firecracker.
A hell of a way to start your day with The Boys.
Yes.
Well, I haven't seen it yet. I know what happens, but I haven't seen it yet. I haven't started this season. That or Hacks, either one. I'm got to get caught up on.
Oh, wow. You haven't watched Hacks either, huh?
No, I will wait probably until it's all that it's all posted. No, we're because I got Sheriff Country running. We watch that on Friday nights, and then we're big into The Pit. So we're almost done with this season of The Pit. So those are the shows my wife and I, of course, have to watch together. If I watch them, without her, it's
trouble. It's bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how'd they get you for The Boys? Were you in?
Just that episode, that scene. I was a huge fan of the show. So when it was a straight offer to do it. So I just said, yeah. I really feel like The Boys fulfilled the promise of Preacher.
Yeah.
We got off to a good start on Preacher, and then it just never fully made it. And that one does.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, they're based on the same writer that wrote both of those graphic novels. So
Who's that?
Garth Ennis.
yeah,
Garth.
yeah. Yep.
And they're both run through Rogan's production company as well, so you had that history with them.
Yeah. That's how Seth and Evan met in bar mitzvah class, right when Preacher had first published. And that's what they bonded over. They're these 12-year-old nerds. They're like, dude, Preacher. And that's what made them best buddies. So when we got to do Preacher, they were just, beyond excited because some of our frames were right out of the graphic novel.
Oh, yeah.
And as I explained it, imagine what your best friend when you were a kid, like the one that you shared everything with, and you guys get to birth it, take it to the next thing. And that's what it was. And then they got the rights to The Boys, I think, while we were in season 1 of The Preacher, because their success with that show led them to pick up the other project. And like I said, I'm a huge fan of the show. It's always weird when you guest star on a show that you're a fan of, because the first one that I did that I was religious about watching was Seinfeld, and the experience of doing the show kind of spoiled the show for me. So
How?
what's that?
How?
It wasn't the most pleasant of experiences. Let me put it that way.
Especially for a guest star on an established show.
Yeah, it's I saw Larry once describe Curb Your Enthusiasm of, it's just an exaggerated version of myself, and I'm thinking, I don't think anything's really exaggerated about it. No, I didn't really see much exaggeration in the week that I was around him. So yeah. And then I've done like American Horror Story. We were huge into when I went to meet with Ryan and those people. I said, here's the deal. I have not read the script you sent me. And there was this, and I said, the reason why is I love this show. And I said, I had a bad experience on or an unpleasant experience. Bad's too extreme. An unpleasant experience on a previous show, and it kind of ruined my viewership. So I don't want to know unless it's things I need to know. Is that cool with you? I could see this like, yes, it is. So I said, I'll read my scenes. So that's the way it worked out. And now doing TheBoys was kind of the same thing. I have not read those graphic novels, so I don't know how much that Eric is taking right from the books or how much he's expanding, but I love the show.
How was working with Valerie Curry? She was really good.
Great. Well, she was a huge Deadwood freak. So she wanted to talk about Deadwood.
Yeah.
So in between setups would be sitting there and I'd be telling Deadwood stories. So
she loved that. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of interested as far as we got W on now. I want to see what are you looking at musically right now? What's on your playlist
that I'm listening to?
Yes,
I just did a huge record store day purchase. I was back in my hometown in Murray, Kentucky, and there's this really great little funky record store that's been open for a few years. So I went and spent a lot of money. So I'm working my way through all of that. Right now, what's on the turntable is the Emmylou Harris Mark Knopfler record. Nice. And I'm actually, we bought a new house last year, and the attic is all mine. It's my play space. You can see I got all my rock and roll posters and all that shit. And there's my dream stereo system from 1979 that I couldn't afford in 1979. But right now, all my records are downstairs because that's where I've been listening to them. But yeah, so that's what I'm listening to. What I see, I saw Springsteen, and that was just, I've seen Bruce a lot, and that was kind of a religious experience. Not kind of, it was.
Yeah.
And then I've got my list of things in Toronto of shows that I'm going to. I got turned on to being in Canada for so long. I got turned on to the Tragically Hip, and I'd never really paid attention to them when they first hit in the 90s. Because when I first heard them, I'm like, oh, it's REM. And there definitely was an REM influence. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
But being up there, I've actually become really good friends with their manager. And so that's been my new music discovery, a band that's almost 10 years defunct and, came out 30 some odd years ago.
Are you a big REM fan?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Have you seen what Michael Shannon's been doing with REM in Athens? Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, Michael, I remember when he moved to Chicago, one of my close friends from school was doing a play with him, Seth Jacobs. And Seth kept going on. He said, there is this kid. He's a teenager. He's green. This is the most unbelievably talented kid. And it was Michael Shannon. So then Michael, he hooked up with Tracy Letts not long after that. And then Tracy wrote Bug for him. And, the rest is history. I never knew. I know him in passing. It's not like we're best buddies or anything, but I do know him. And I've been around him. I did not know he was such an REM fan. And it's really cool that the way they're doing. Well, hell, he got the band back. He reunited REM for a one-time thing. So yes, I have not seen it yet. I haven't seen him do any of the records.
Peter Buck is on the. Do you know Driving and Crying?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I had Kevin in here for my other show and his wife. They've been working on these tribute albums. So a lot of these Atlanta acts have been working on the Pylon, the remnants of Pylon, stuff like that. But Peter Buck plays on a couple songs on Driving and Crying's new record, and they really rock. And I just love it when these guys continue to put out good stuff.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know Driving and Crying's made a new record.
Yeah, Kevin Kinney and his wife live in Atlanta. His wife is working on this project where people who love Kevin's songs and Driving and Crying songs are re-recording them. So that's one thing. But they consistently put out records. I think this is their third record in 10 years.
Oh, I've got to look it up. I think wasn't Sadler Vaden? He was in Driving and Crying that second
incarnation,
right?
Yeah, and he produced it.
Yeah. Because I love watching him and Isbell play. The interchange between those two guys just blows my mind.
And that was my brother's position before it was Sadler's.
Playing with Jason.
Yeah, he was the 400 Unit's first guitar player. Now he plays with St. Paul and the Broken Bones.
Oh, well, not a bad gig either. I've known Jason since he was in the Truckers.
Yeah.
I met those guys. We were doing Deadwood, and they were all big Deadwood nuts.
Oh, yeah.
And Tracy Thomas, who is Jason's manager, was the publicist for Steve Earle's label. And I became really close with Steve, and I did his play. So that's how I got to know Tracy. And then they were coming out here, and I was a fan of the Truckers. So she said, I know these guys I'm working with. She was at New West at that point. And she said, they're big fans of the show. And so we had a mutual appreciation society dating from 2005 or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
What are you working on now? Are you taking a break right now?
Yeah, we go back for season 2 of Sheriff Country. We start June 4th, so I'll probably go back to Toronto on the 1st.
Up there in Toronto? It's a nice city, isn't it?
I do. You know what? It's a dream job. If I could sleep in my own bed at night, I would call it the absolute dream job. But I really genuinely like everybody. You know, and it's a CBS Friday night Jerry Bruckheimer crime procedural show. So the analogy I've used since the beginning is we're in a box. I get that. We're not recreating television. We're not inventing anything new. But within that box, we can still be honest and tell interesting stories, and we can dig below the surface. So that's what we've been able to do, and it's been pretty successful. It's a new situation for me, man, of being a lead on a show that's a hit. On that network.
Well,
you know, great. Deadwood was a hit in its little niche, and I wouldn't trade those 3 years for anything. But there's a big difference between working on those kinds of shows. So,
well, the Deadwood characters are like the Sopranos characters. They're larger than life, and they're going to recreate that moment ever for either of them. Something. Lizzie, you haven't asked many questions, and I feel like we step on you too.
Yeah, sure. American Horror Story?
Mm-hmm.
What season were you on?
Season 1.
Okay, who did you?
I was the exterminator who found Vera's sister underneath the house, and she was dead.
Oh, okay,
and then I was a ghost later on. Actually, they had to body double me because I couldn't come back and do that. But yeah, maybe just one of the Crispy Children was the episode.
Okay.
So it was one. I mean, I had several scenes, but it was one episode.
Yeah, I was a big fan of that show. I haven't watched it in the past couple of seasons, past few seasons, actually.
I was pretty strident about watching every week when it came out, the first 3 or 4 seasons. And then it kind of lost me. And my wife stuck with, was it season 4? Was that the one with the clown?
The carnival?
Yeah, the carnival one. Yeah. It came back around. I kind of bowed out early on, and my wife said, no, the storytelling comes back around at the end. It all fits.
It wasn't bad.
The Witches was the third one, correct? With Leslie Jordan, which I loved. And from Vera's sister, Kaisa.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're bringing that back for the newest season. They're bringing all the witches back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. Did not know it. That's the thing. There's so much good TV now. You know, I'm keeping a list on my phone of shows I want to watch that I haven't seen yet. So there's a lot of catching up to do.
I was just going to say, if you can't get into Marshall's, Lizzie, you should check out Sheriff Country because it's so much better of a show.
Is it really? Okay.
Thank you.
I'll check it out. Yeah, I can't get into Marshall's.
I have not tried that one yet. I liked the first few seasons of Yellowstone. I really dug.
Same.
And then the storytelling kind of lost me. I mean, it found a whole lot of other people besides me, so it don't need me as a viewer. But I was a fan of the first 2 seasons. I called it Sexy Bonanza.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Well, I also liked 1883.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, that was really good. And they
and,
wrapped it up in one season, like one story. And then, what was it, 1920?
23, right?
23 came. And then it took like 3-4 years for the second season to come out. And,
That happens. And then you lose, you're like,
momentum.
well, but also, like, you're building it up and you're waiting that long. You're expecting to see something like mind blowing, right?
Yeah.
Like something so great that you waited so long for. And it's like, nah.
I didn't watch the follow-up season for much that reason, because I heard that response from several people that were into it. So I haven't seen the follow-up. But good Lord, Taylor has how many shows going?
Yeah.
So many.
But I mean, does he have his hand in everything, or is maybe that why some of the later seasons start getting pushed out to other writers?
From what I'm told, outside of Tulsa King, because I don't think he's doing that. And then mayor of Kings, or mayor of I'm not sure. I think Hugh has a lot of say so, but no, Taylor's pretty controlling of all of it. His thumbprint's on every page.
Yeah.
So I got to watch Landman, because I'm friends with Billy Bob, and I love Billy Bob. Is always interesting. I don't care what you put him in, he's good.
Oh yeah.
And my wife's kind of wanting to watch it. She likes those uber macho, like Fight Club is one of her all-time favorite movies.
Yeah.
So we got to watch Landman at some point. I think that may be next once we finish The Pit.
And that season 2 of Landman's got a good guest star playing Billy Bob's dad.
No, that's Sam. Yeah.
Yep.
The banquet beer.
I knew who it was. I knew.
Well, though, you're the only person that's famous who told me that I sound like Paul Stanley when I've done him. So, and that was 10 years ago almost when you told me that. Because I think I said, I think I'm doing him too effeminate, and you went.
You'll see. My room is full of Kiss stuff.
Well, I got to interview Gene, and this was last year. He did a show in town. He did a show on the South Side in a theater and an outdoor place, and he was doing a special where for $15,000 you could be his roadie for the day, and nobody.
Oh, yeah. Did anybody buy that? I mean, that's
There
it comes
was
to
one guy. One guy did end up buying it. Yeah.
Well, I got to hand it to Gene, man, to know how to market and turn a dollar. I recognize that, but dude, I turned 12 3 days after Kiss Alive came out. So I was like the perfect target demographic, and I watch all those open. I just had we called it the After School Monster Movie Club a couple of weeks ago. David Desmalchin and Spencer from Ice Nine Kills, because Spencer had never seen it. Spencer Sharness, the singer of Ice Nine, and he'd never seen Kiss Meets the Phantom. I'm like, how have you're a rock star who does a lot of film stuff. How have you never watched Kiss Meets the Phantom? So they came over. We actually watched the European cut titled Attack of the Phantoms.
Yeah.
So the fact that I just know the difference between the two movies is really kind of sad.
I mean, Kiss was the first band that really sold merch.
Yeah.
Like, not just like T-shirts.
Yeah.
Lunchboxes, action figures.
I'm 7 years old in the 70s, and I just absolutely love this band. In third grade, everybody loved this band. I remember they would play the whole album on 94 Rock on Tuesday nights at 10 o'clock out of Elmira, New York, and it was an FM station, so you could get it. And my walls were coated with Kiss. Jeff was into Kiss because we went to the same school. So, and just loving them. And can you believe it? I've never seen them. And I'm SOL.
Yeah.
I saw him 19 times.
Nice.
Oh,
I kept track. During COVID, I sat down because it started with Cheap Trick. I pulled like Dream Police or something off to play, and I thought, how many times have I seen Cheap Trick? So I started going through my head of counting, like, okay, I saw them in Lexington on this, and I saw them. I went through their records. So then I decided to do that with every band. So it took me a couple of weeks to go through all my records and then my ticket stubs and things that I had saved and count up how many bands. So I keep it on my phone. So anytime I go to a show now, I update my little concert.
What band have you seen the most?
Steve Earle, 61 times.
Okay.
Wow. Nice.
and I've seen ZZ Top 38 times.
Nice.
But I'm friends with those guys, so it's really easy. You know,
Yeah.
if I'm anywhere nearby, hey, can I come to tonight's show? Yeah, absolutely. I will tell Pablo to have you a ticket up front.
I don't mean to big time you, but I got into the Peppa Pig show for free last week. And a meet and greet.
I bet those backstage shenanigans are really stories best left untold.
Well, it was as fun as the Monster Truck show, which we went to the week before. Now, I don't have time to go to concerts anymore. I would love to, but I don't get that great. So I can't even remember the last show. Jeff, do you know the show I went to was Billy Strings? So I should remember that.
Yeah.
Well, I lucked out. My kid got obsessed with I had my first 5.1 system in my old house, and she was 5 years old. And she got obsessed with the surround sound of Kids Are All Right. And she would watch Won't Get Fooled Again and Baba O'Reilly over and over. That was the stuff they shot, at Shepherd's Bush, the last thing Keith ever did. So my kid got all obsessed with The Who at 5 years old. So they were coming through. They were going to play the Hollywood Bowl. That was when Ox died. Remember, they were rehearsing in Vegas and he overdosed on a Wednesday. Well, the show ended up going on and we went. So my kid, we go to the bowl and she was off for the first hour. She'd seen a couple of shows at that point. She'd gone to see Steve. Of course, he's a family friend. So, and then she had gone to the American Idol show. But seeing The Who, she was so excited. So she lasted for about an hour. She fell asleep. So I had to carry her down that hill to the car. And as soon as I put her in their booster seat, she woke up. She goes, "What? They didn't play My Generation or Won't Get Fooled Again." I said, "They did, honey, but they were the encores. You were asleep at that point." There was a pause, and she goes, "Oh, I almost didn't recognize Pete because he looks old." So years later, Roger and I have a mutual friend. And this buddy told Roger the story. So I got contacted by Roger, who invited us. My daughter was living here in LA. She was married at that point, and her husband he's a huge rock fan, and he had never seen The Who. So we were guests of Roger at the Hollywood Bowl 19 or 20 years later. So, on the last go round, that
is so cool.
So that was really fun. And then I got to spend, because there's a poster of The Who on my wall. There was as a kid. And I got to spend like an hour and a half with him at the Sunset Marquee, just talking with Roger. So that was really cool.
That's awesome.
Have you checked out Stanley Simmons? It's probably a little soft rock for you.
No, I kind of dig it.
Yeah,
their harmonies are really, really good. Yeah. The mark is if their songs are, because they're great with cover songs. And I think their voices blend really well. I know they've released this EP, but I haven't really listened to the songs. But again, that's going to be the basis of all of it is how good the songs are. Yeah. And if they can write, I saw Evan's band opening for Kiss on that last go round. And that was a hard rock band. It was pretty good. He was the front man. So yeah, I know their first show is coming up here in LA like in a week or two, because I remember seeing a blurb on it. I'm halfway tempted to go if I can get there. Well, listen, guys, I'm going to go see Hail Mary. Great talking to you guys.
You.
Yeah,
nice talking to you, man.
Radio Labyrinth is also brought to you by The Punchline. It's tucked inside the legendary Landmark Diner. The Punchline is Atlanta's longest-running premier comedy nightclub. You can get a huge slab of cake, some waffles, maybe some pancakes and sausage. That way you're satisfied and full while you're having a beer and watching very funny comedy. Coming up, May 1st through the 3rd, JC Curé. May 7th, you have two comedians, T. Sanders and the legendary Nick DiPaolo. May 15th through 17th, Radio Labyrinth guest Craig Shoemaker. May 16th, Peter Antinu. And on May 17th, Lisa Wallen. Patreon members, next week we will pick another winner and let you know. The last couple of winners that I've told about, they haven't gotten back to me about when they want to go, but you're still winners in my book. Go to punchline.com and check out all the shows. Did anybody see the movie Michael?
No.
Oh, yeah, I saw it 15 times already.
Really?
Did not.
Michael Jackson.
I will watch it. I'm just not going to pay movie theater prices for it.
No, I want to see it.
I will never watch it.
Why?
You don't like Michael Jackson?
I never liked Michael Jackson.
That's weird.
No, but that if he never liked him, that's cool. That's cool.
No, it's weird. How do you never like Michael Jackson?
I just never liked him.
Jackson.
I don't know why. I like the Jackson 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so you liked him a little bit.
Yeah. He likes 4/5 of Jackson.
A bigger Jermaine Jackson fan, so he followed Jermaine's career.
Yeah.
No, but everybody said it was terrible. The reviews came out, and people were predicting that it was going to bomb. It's been a colossal success, 200 million and counting.
Yeah, I think it's more the Michael Jackson fans who are looking at another glimpse at that performer that they lost, much like the Queen movie and Rocket Man, but this one has a much broader audiences than either of those.
Yes. His family had something to do with it, so obviously it's not going to trash him. It's going to celebrate him.
Right. My friend told me, and I haven't looked it up or into it or anything, but she was like, oh, they're thinking about making a second one. I was like, well, they definitely could, because I think they stop at...
Bad.
They stop at... Yeah. So they definitely could make a second one.
And then the story gets pretty bad after that.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't
Different
want
type of story altogether.
Yes. But, there are people in...
I like the guy that's playing Bubbles.
The guy that's...
Stop.
I love Bubbles. Bubbles is my chimpanzee. Yabby.
You know he's still alive.
Who, Michael?
Bubbles.
Michael. There's a rumor that he is using an assumed name.
Maybe.
He faked his
Maybe he's with Elvis.
He lives in a mental institution
Jim
with
Morrison.
Homer Simpson.
That is true.
In the banned episode of The Simpsons, you can't find anywhere.
Yeah. You can't find that anywhere?
They've taken it off the, was it Paramount or whoever
Why?
streams them? Michael's family's request.
But why?
It disparages him, but I don't think it does.
No.
No.
He does the voice. He doesn't.
Yeah.
But he does the voice of the guy, and he's a pseudonym credit. Okay, the world's crazy. That's the way it is. Hey, if the family wanted it down, I guess. Happy birthday, Lisa. That's a great episode.
Yeah.
When The Simpsons was friggin' awesome. Somebody baked me an apple pie. Nadia is on OnlyFans 30 years too late, or 28 years, however many years too late. Shannon Elizabeth is on OnlyFans, and she made more than 7 figures in her first week.
Yeah.
Why is it too late, Tim?
Too old. Go to OnlyFans to look at old broads.
Apparently people do. She's made 7 figures.
I didn't say nobody. I said I don't. I don't go to OnlyFans at all. And more power to her. If that's how she has to make a living, Drea De Matteo did the same thing. I don't know that she made that much money, but probably at first she did.
Yeah.
So
good for her. I mean, I know she had some, family issues and, with the bad marriage and financials getting ruined and stuff like that. So I'm glad to see that she can find her way out of it.
I'm in her corner. Trailer trash. Jackass 5, best and last. So this is going to be new stuff and a look back at the old stuff, correct?
Looks like it.
Yeah.
Trailer looks good. Something I'd go see in a theater, I think, for the fun of it.
Yeah, those movies are great to see with an audience.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the best way to see those movies because everybody's laughing. Jackass 5, June 26th in theaters. Spider Noir, May 27th on Amazon Prime. This is a sort of a reimagining of Spider-Man as a detective in the 1930s, the Depression era, played by Nicolas Cage. It's not at all related to the Spider Universe, but his name is Ben Reilly, the Spider, a former vigilante pulled back into heroics. And
It's related to the multiverse, Tim. Jeez.
I don't think there's a continuity.
Get your Spider-Man facts right.
Spider-Man, Peter Parker. And speaking of which, I'm reading Spider Tales, the friends with Ghost Spider and Spin, who's Miles Morales. Yeah. And Gil's digging it. He's really digging it. So now I'm reading the books. I'm getting the comic books and a little golden book, and he's liking it. A cool gimmick. Who put this in here? I didn't know this. It's presented in both black and white and color.
Yeah, you can decide when you go to watch Noir whether you want to watch it in black and white or color. They're actually produced both.
Yeah. I explained to Al, I was like, well, actually, film noir is black and white.
And it's crazy, too, because his webs are black.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah.
House of the Dragon Season 3 drops.
Towards the end of the season. I don't know what the crescendo is going to be.
It's a totally different type of show. And I love the simplicity of Night of the Seven Kingdoms. There's just enough character and storyline and like background for you to look into. Yep. Whereas I feel like House of the Dragon, I'm not knocking it. Like I'll watch it, images and storylines and background and all that. So I really did enjoy the simplicity of Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Same here. Hey, I want to thank our sponsors for Radio Labyrinth, our long-running partners in this little scheme of a podcast we have. Starting with Atlanta Pizza in Euro. They are over in Conyers, which is Dustin's neck of the woods, proudly serving the East Metro Atlanta area for over 40 years. Atlanta Pizza in Euro is a family-owned restaurant in Conyers with the best local craft beer. They have a huge selection of local Georgia and Southeast craft beers on tap, as well as many others available in bottles and cans. Craft beer not your cup of tea? Well, guess what? Try the $4 16-ounce tall boy cans of Busch Light, Natty Light, Coors Light, and PBR. Gyros, pizzas, hot subs, and Greek and Italian specialties. So just go out there and munch down and have a couple of brews and say that we sent you. Tuesday nights, they have team trivia from 7 to 8:30 p.m. The food truck season is upon us, and they have a number of event dates scheduled through the fall. So if you're interested in possibly booking Atlanta Pizza in Euro for a corporate or private event, please give Mike a call at 770-483-6228. Atlanta Pizza in Euro is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 9, Saturdays 12 to 9, and they are closed on Sundays. Radio Labyrinth is also brought to you by another longtime friend, our buddy Brett at LDI. Do you have a commercial or residential construction printing need? Well, then all you got to do is contact LDI Repro Printing of Athens, Georgia. They've been in Athens, Georgia since 2005. They got fast turnaround and affordable prices. Call 706-316-9366 or email them at athens@ldiline.com.
Views. Or.
And snooze.
Last week was that animated Stranger Things. I haven't had a chance to watch it. Anybody check that out?
Yeah, we watched Al was sick, so we watched the whole.
You watched it all?
Watched the whole thing Monday morning.
I like the animation style.
Yeah, it was cute. It's definitely geared towards younger viewers, but I think that's good. That'll get more fans of Stranger Things at a younger age. But it's still scary, but it's really focused on the kids.
Yeah, they're milking it.
Like they're not having adult storylines.
Yeah.
And Half Man, the new Baby Reindeer show, I haven't watched yet. I don't know. That seems like it's going to be one of those shows where it's work to watch.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. It looks stressful just to watch it.
Yeah.
By the Baby Reindeer guy.
Did you watch Baby Reindeer?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I did. And that show was work to watch.
Yeah. Took it out of you.
And Widow's Bay, which doesn't start till tonight, so I shouldn't have put that on there last week, but I'm definitely going to watch that. I love Matthew Rhys.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it. I want to
This week, Man on Fire starts on Netflix on the 30th. I think Dustin saw some filming of this near his house.
Yeah.
What is Man on Fire?
It's based on a book. Bobby Cannavale is going to be in it. But I think that movie Man on Fire was based on that.
Okay.
The same thing. So it's kind of like a series adaptation. I'm going to check it out on Netflix. Lord of the Flies starts on Netflix on the 4th.
I had no idea this was even in
the
production.
BBC one?
Yeah, this is a BBC adaptation of the books.
Yeah, it came out
I guess it was a huge hit over in the UK.
Yeah, it was huge. Yeah. Nice and depressing, I'm sure, but
yeah,
they always are.
I might make Al read the book, or we'll read the book before we start the show.
It's a little traumatic.
And then the last one was Swapped. This is on Netflix on the 1st. This is a movie, animated movie from Skydance. So Michael B. Jordan, Juno Temple, Tracy Morgan, Cedric the Entertainer. It looks pretty cute.
It's family friendly, so it's something to watch with the kids.
Yeah.
Lord of the Flies and Swapped. Those sound like views for me. It's better than watching cars run down a ramp and pump goes, I'm going to come. Oh, let's do some staff picks. Thank you, Jeff.
My staff pick this week is that new This Is a Gardening Show, but by Zach Galifianakis on Netflix. They're like 15, 20-minute episodes, and it's really funny. I guess Zach Galifianakis is like living in Canada and really into gardening now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he goes to like a local elementary school and talks to the kids about gardening and composting and all this kind of stuff. It's pretty funny.
I heard it was like really good and wholesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine is a movie called Keeper by Osgood Perkins, the same one that did, was it Longlegs?
Oh, wow.
And it's got Tatiana Maslany. She's the main character. Her and her husband kind of go to this cabin, and then all kinds of like weird possession stuff starts happening. But the visuals are really crazy, much like Osgood's style, kind of very similar to Longlegs, but not as good of a story as Longlegs. But visually, I mean, it's really, really pretty and disturbing, but it's good. And it's available, I think, streaming this week on Paramount.
Ooh.
I did Dirty Mountain Dew.
Oh yeah, I tried that. It's really good.
It is, and I don't even like Mountain Dew, and and I'm not even a soda drinker, and it's good.
It's Mountain Dew and cream soda.
Yeah,
It's really good.
No,
No,
it
it's already
comes
mixed.
pre-mixed in a can called Dirty Mountain Dew.
Where do you get it? I'm not doing
It's in the stores now.
Yeah, anywhere.
We got ours at Kroger.
Yeah, grocery store.
It was like 2 for $2.
It's in the
2
gas
12 packs for
stations and
2 12
stuff now
packs.
too, though.
Jones bought them all, and now he's like giving Dirty Mountain Dews to like the Uber drivers, like people who drop off our food.
Nice. Go have a dirty do.
Yeah, he gives it to the mailman.
My staff pick, before I say it, you guys have already seen this, I'm sure. I know Jeff, certainly. But it just showed up. I don't know how I got to it, but I watched the Any Given Sunday Afternoon, or Any Given Saturday Afternoon episode of Documentary Now. Tim Robinson and who else was in it? Bobby Moynihan and Michael C. Hall plays Billy May Dead Eyes Dempsey. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The bowling one?
Yep.
I don't know how I got there, but I found it and I watched it, and it was very, 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 very funny. I don't know how I'd never seen it before, but it was really good. But my staff pick is my other podcast that I do called the Popcast, which is a radio show. And on the evening of the day that this comes out, which would be Saturday, May 2nd, I believe, I interviewed an actor by the name of Vivian Bang, who was a regular and a co-star on Sullivan and Son with previous Radio Labyrinth guest Steve Byrne. Also, she's in a movie that was just on HBO Max called The Parenting, and she's done a whole bunch of stuff. But she is producing. She's from Dunwoody. Her family emigrated to San Francisco, and then they moved here. And she's producing and acting in this play called Detroit at Pullman Yards. Now, by the time you watch or listen to this, it'll probably be over. It might get an extension. But she was so nice, and we had such a good conversation. I was so worried about it because I didn't really know a lot about her. But it ended up going really well. And, so I'm going to go back and sort of sample all the stuff that she did. Plus, also on this episode of the Popcast, WWE superstar The Miz. You guys know The Miz?
Yeah.
I know the Biz. Yeah.
Miz and Roxy Diaz. Well, they're pairing up together to be the announcers for the Return of American Gladiators.
Oh, cool.
So I talked to them, but that was over the phone. This was I got to, because Vivian lives here, and she has a production she and her group, they all get together Saturday mornings at a theater in town, a movie theater. And they just work on stuff. So it was nice meeting her. So if you're interested in becoming a Patreon member, just go to patreon.com/Tim Andrews. We have 2 new stickers that we're going to be sending out to everybody. Everybody gets 2 that's already on there. And that's at the $5 and up level. So that's our base level. If you want to do that, that's fantastic. We would love it if you would do that. $5, that's almost a gallon of gas these days. I understand that, but anyway. Or you can join up and be a producer for $25 a month, and you are getting yourself a T-shirt from our T-shirt shop, and you get a message. I'm fading. You get a shout out every week for being an executive producer. And this week I want to say thank you to Mike Walker, John Allen, Matt Carter, Chris Chandler, Mike D, Jim Fortner, Terry Fuller, Roby Neely, Jeff Peterson, Tim Slayton, Brian and Chelsea Smith, and Pat Turner. Thank you guys very, very much. And I don't think I'm missing anybody, but if I am, please let me know. And as always, when you're a Patreon member, you are eligible to win a pair of tickets to go to an upcoming Punchline show.
Yes.
Please remember to write a comment. You don't have to remember, but just write a comment in there. Tell us what you thought about WEarlBrown. We love WEarlBrown. And if you're a fan of any of his work, put some quotes in there, some of the things you like. We'll talk about it in the next episode. And as always, share your staff picks. Recommend things. That's what those comments are for. Or if you just want to say something random about Ryan Reynolds that makes zero sense, put it in there. Other than that, please remember to
Keep it canon.
They say all good things come to an end.
What's that got to do with this show?
Lost in the radio.